tournament has progressed, the players started to get into the groove well, the practice happened really well. And if you see the likes of Bumrah, who was a bit rusty at the start, who was giving away heaps of runs. So now if you see at the fag end of the tournament how well he has made his comeback. So such things are the key, how well you take your game seriously at what point in time. All these things matter. And talking about the chances of am I winning the trophy is pretty high, I feel, because Mumbai Indians is that sort of a team, who know how to handle tough situations, especially. And the fact that Delhi is here for the very first time, this is something that give our boys a bit of confidence, because we've got a pretty good record against them. It's been 3-0 this season. I'm looking forward to make a 4-0.
One way of looking at it, definitely, a big match experience may be on the lower side, but that also helps you as an underdog in terms of not having as much of a pressure. So that's number one. Secondly, let's also look at it probably this way, that at the end of the day, in these showdown matches, it's about playing one session after another, inning after an inning, and that's pretty much where the buck stops. At halfway down the match, it doesn't really count what was the trajectory. All's well that ends well. So at the end of the day, how the boys manage over by over, situation by situation, and the format itself creates space for performances and players who can put up a performance which is more than the sum of the parts. So I think if they live to the occasion and continue with what they've been doing off late, I think it's not going to be much of a thing to read too much into the record and the track record per se. Hard numbers, right? I mean, you can't argue against numbers, but I'm presuming in the dressing room, when you approach a game of this ultimate stage, the whole point of this is the first time you're there, and there's nothing to lose. Being underdogs, just go out there and give it your best shot. It sometimes boils down to that. Yes, team composition, those things do matter, but at the end of the day, I think that will be the simpler way of approaching this game for them.
Before this season, I know the statistics this season are against Delhi, but if you look at before the season, it was 12-12 between Delhi and Mumbai. And I think Delhi before the season had the best record against Mumbai of any team in terms of number of times they've beaten them. And they've had some crucial wins against them as well. So, I mean, yes, they've lost 3 times this season, but you have to also remember that they've beaten them enough times to be able to, if they go in with the positive mindset and the right energy, then there's no reason why. Like, Mumbai have lost 5 games this season. It's not like Mumbai are 13 and we're not 14-0 at the end of like the league stage. So the fact that they've lost 5 games means that they are definitely a beatable side, right? So you have to just exploit those weaknesses and make sure you capitalize on any chances you get. You can't be dropping catches and stuff tomorrow. Then you're not giving yourself enough of a fair shot. So you have to be on your 100% and hope that. And also Bolt might not be there tomorrow, so that's another opportunity for Delhi.
If you see, Mumbai has lost 2 super over games. One against Hyderabad, wherein we didn't have, it was kind of an experimental game for us, wherein we have rested 3 of our main players. And apart from this, against Rajasthan, we posted 195, which is a good score. So if you see, out and out, we lost only 1 match. Which was actually a bad match for us. That was against Chennai, which was in the very beginning. And
no one said you have to play badly to lose, bro. You can play well and still lose. You just have to lose tomorrow. You can play your best game and lose. I don't care as long as you lose. No one has. You can lose in a super over. I don't care. I'll take the title. You just have to make sure that you lose.
Tomorrow. That's not going to happen tomorrow. We'll hold our nerves. This contest, in my opinion, Surya would be one key player for us, and the other one would be Bumrah. So why Surya? I would tell you that. Surya has got better of Rashid Khan, he's got better of Jofra Archer in the past, and knowing that he's playing against the likes of Rabada and Nortya Ashwin. So Surya is that sort of a player who plays the spin really well as pace bowling. So he's a person to bank on, and he's someone who has delivered consistently, and not just this year, in the past 3 years. And then there's no need for me to tell you about how good Bumrah is. And if Bumrah delivers, I'm pretty sure the final results.
I want to give the same answer, but apart from that, I'm think like Rohit and Bolt will be tomorrow's star player.
I think with Stoinis coming up as an opener and with his bowling performance, yesterday's bowling performance, I think he would be one of the key players to look at. And second would be, I think Rabada will have that chance, and I'm pretty sure he'll end up holding the purple cap. Yeah.
You remember you said at one point that if Rohit plays well, Mumbai will sleep well. Does that count tomorrow?
Definitely. The same
But
game
he's
against KKR
he's not
back
in
then.
very good form, is he though?
Players like Rohit, they don't need good form. It's all about one good match. One good match and they can take the momentum away from you. And if you see, this IPL has been, all of momentum. Delhi in the initial stages, they won heaps of games. And then there came a phase where, the momentum shifted away from them. And then they lost, I think, 4 or 5 on the trot. Similarly for individual players, if you see, Shikhar wasn't doing really well. Then he got those 250s and 200s. The momentum shifted. Likewise, cricket, as I said, this season has been a game of momentum.
I'll probably keep an eye on Dhawan because of the late surge in his, form as well as focus. Mm-hmm. And of course, Rabada will be key, like was mentioned, on a wicket like Dubai. He will have a definite role to play, not to contain the aggression from MI and probably, create those chances.
My first option is Ashwin. I think Ashwin was really good in the semi-final. He took 3 wickets. He took the 3 biggest wickets, arguably, of Quinton de Kock, Rohit and Pollard. So he needs to have a good game, and he has experience of being in finals. He's played games before for Chennai. So he's got big match experience. He's a big player. And my second pick is going to be very left field because he's had an absolutely terrible season. But I'm backing Rishabh Pant in the final. He has not had a good season at all, but I refuse to believe that he can go exceed a season of 17 games without delivering one good performance. So I think tomorrow is his day. He's going to show up in the big match and rectify his season and end it on a good note. And if he does that, then they're not stopping us.
Are you gambling? Is that a gamble?
I'm not gambling on this.
Look, I'm all for giving people the benefit of doubt.
Gut instinct, I'm telling you. Highest scorer as an Indian over the last 2 years. He scored insane runs. I think the problem with Pant this year is he's not playing his natural game. Someone is he's mentally trying to be a person different from what he actually is. And he's trying to be this whole innings builder and, all this much mature player, which is not him. He needs to go out, bash the ball. And when he does that, he's dangerous and unstoppable. And he scored 680 runs in a season playing like that. Come on, that's no joke. So, I mean, he just needs to, tomorrow it's a final, he just needs to realize there's no point in knocking it around, taking 1s and 2s, just go beat Pant and we'll see what happens. Bumrah, for sure, because he's the best bowler in the world. You have to see the 2 games he played against Delhi. He was unplayable. Honestly, that game where we got out for 111, he bowled this one over where he got Pant and Stoinis out, and it was he was bowling a test match in Australia. The ball was moving around, it was bouncing, everything was happening. And then in the last game, the ball to get Dhawan was absolutely incredible. It was unplayable. And then when it looked like we might have a slight chance, he came back and took Stoinis out of the game also. So it was kind of Bumrah definitely is a very, very important player. And the other one for me is Hardik Pandya, because Hardik Pandya, like he showed in the last game, he can take it away from any team. Hardik and Pollard actually both of them can take it away from Delhi at any team at any point, and they're both big game players. So if they stay in even for 10-15 balls, they'll change the game like Hardik did last time. So you have to get them early, and I think those are the main threats.
I think Bumrah for sure, and maybe de Kock if he opens up the as he does and as we have seen in a few matches, he just plays it till the end, till about 10-12th over, and the score's close to 200. So
Bumrah definitely remains a threat. He can flip the game in a short span of time. I would also be wary of Pandya, perhaps.
Which one?
Hardik
Pandya possibly, because these are again, players who can shine at the, showcase matches and, take the game away. So we'll have to see. Pretty much like, the point about Rishabh Pant, he definitely has a point to prove. And, we could see a similar stroke of brilliance from the other side as well. So we should keep an eye.
Shikhar Dhawan and Rishabh Pant. because Shikhar will cross KL Rahul's record maybe, and he's good at that. And Rishabh Pant, if I saw his back performance, it is very nice. It's good. So that's why.
I would say Shikhar and Ravi Ashwin because Shikhar, as you have seen in the past, as I mentioned previously, it's a game of momentum, and last match he scored well. So Shikhar is definitely one of the reasons, like one of the players to be wary of. And as we all know, he's a man of big matches, and tomorrow being a final, he could definitely be a destructive player. And then the second name that I mentioned was of Ravi Ashwin because he's a very smart cricketer, an intelligent one. He knows how to bowl in crunch situations. He uses his brains more than anything else. So he's someone whom we should be wary of.
RCB.
Why?
Because we've outplayed them twice this season, and both times we convincingly beat them, batting first and chasing. I know there are a couple of others, but like people like Rajasthan and all, they became quite good at the end, even though we beat them twice. Like Stokes and all found form. RCB just looked out of sorts by the end of it. They had no rhythm going there. There were so many loopholes you could see. Their problems were evident. So I feel like if I could choose one, and given that they made the playoffs still, RCB would have been the one.
Maybe Punjab. I think they also did not find their momentum throughout the season.
Gale is too scary.
With Gale coming in, he was a scare, but I think Rabada would have managed that. But apart from that, everything is. I don't think there's a team which can beat Delhi tomorrow.
Says that well, since this is the first occasion, and so I would wager that I would actually want the best side to play against us to make the win more special. So let's keep it that way.
Yes, because they are having a very nice team. Many youngster and new players are in that team. So maybe it's a nice team. But if not DC, then it might be SRH because they also played well.
I would say yes, DC has played really well and they deserve to be in the finals, and that's why they are here. What has impressed me the most is leadership of Shreyas Iyer. The way he has handled Shikhar Dhawan, the way he has handled likes of Ajinkya Rahane, Rabada, then Andrew Norke, Ashwin. All these guys being seniors of the game, and this junior guy is handling them so easily and so efficiently. So this is what impresses me the most. And if not for Delhi, I would have chosen Kings 11 as like an opponent in the finals because they have played magnificent cricket throughout the tournament. The only fact is, they have lost some close games, and barring those close games, they've in my opinion, they have played the best cricket apart from Mumbai Indians.
I think in Delhi, everyone is on one side, so bed banta nahi hai yahan pe.
That you might.
Quite a tricky question though, but I generally don't play bets.
So bet is like I have to give up on a pizza for 1 month if Mumbai lost.
Oh God. Why did you agree to this? Is it worth it?
Pizza is important, but MI has to win.
We are the underdogs over here. All the pressure is on Mumbai to go out and perform because Mumbai is a reputed team. They've done this 5 times. They've been in the finals like 6 times. And I think Delhi just that we need to go out there, play with freedom, just leave it out there, leave everything you have out there, like do it for everyone in the team also, because like this is the first time you made it to the finals. Do it for the fans because we've been supporting you for 13 years. So actually, like just put it all out there, and then at the end of the day, the best team will win. That's
pressure. Do it for the fans. Do it for everything.
No pressure. Just don't take any pressure. Just go and play freely. And Rishabh Pant will win it for us.
Not for nothing that you're in the final. It itself says a thing or two. At times like this, dwelling and debating too much about how you got here, how long did it take, etc., may not be as pertinent to the performance on the D-Day as much as each one's individual performance and collective teamwork. So you're as good as, that few moments that you had to contribute decisively in the game. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. And you're here for a reason, and do it for the team. And like our fellow fan said, do it for the fans who've been supporting you for more than a decade.
Keep the pressure off the field, keep the pressure, all the conversations, media, everything off the field, all the facts. So just go there with a clear mind and play your natural game. I think that would be the key. And result doesn't matter. We are their supporters, and we'll always be there.
Like to tell Rohit, don't take attention, and we don't have to tell them to the whole MI team, because they actually know how to win a final match, because they already won many 4 matches. So yeah, obviously they will chill.
Enjoy your time, because these guys, as Sanskriti mentioned, they know how to play big matches, and that's the reason we've got 4 trophies in our cabinet. So yeah, the pep talk would be very small, rather just 1 or 2 words, and then the boys will take care of themselves. What they do out in these 40 overs would matter the most. So with a relaxed mind, calm mind, I'm pretty sure they will deliver.
I think we can't celebrate the manner in which we generally would like to in the previous leagues with the prevailing situation outside. But a lot of fun and festivities and liquid diet and stuff. Maybe.
I'm watching it with a couple of friends, so we'll probably just chill and have fun and post Instagram stories of victories finally.
And then obviously we would be pre-booking a cake with a congratulatory message on it. And then after the end of the 40th over, the cake is going to be cut, and that's how the party would begin.
Bro, you lose money, bro. You're ordering a cake, you won't have to cut only.
Congratulatory message would be for the Mumbai Indians victory. That's how we are going to celebrate.
I feel bad for them. One of them can't eat pizza after tomorrow. The other will order a cake that they can't cut because they won't. I mean, this is so much food is on the line here.
Exactly. I really hope Delhi can play as well as you trash talk. I'll be very honest with you.
I hope so too.
I mean, the banter is strong. Let's hope the cricket is as well.